And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to race number 5 of the MFNPRA Call of Duty Custom Cars Series. We are here at Pocono Raceway, and for some reason it's failing me on whether we're on race number 4 or 5. I'll get back to you on that. But right now, we're coming off a very interesting race weekend that we had back at Martinsville. Corey Williams, of course, taking the win there, but there were some pretty hot tempers, I would have to say, leaving Martinsville. And the real question a lot of people down in the garage area were asking is, when I rubbed that guy wrong last week, is he going to try and get revenge on me here today? And that's really the question we're asking. Are these guys going to be, is there going to be retaliation? Is there going to be revenge? Is there going to be getting back at someone? We don't know. I mean, this is called the Tricky Triangle, but this may be the, I don't know, the I'll get you back racetrack here. It's very interesting. And if you don't believe me, we're going to take a look back at Martinsville, a recap of what happened at Martinsville, different incidents with different drivers. Some drivers have really been hot under the collar at what certain drivers did to them during the course of the Martinsville race. So let's show you that. Go back, take a look at a few of the different incidents that occurred at Martinsville, and we're going to play a little bit of a song that kind of goes with this, a song all about friendship. Hit it. There you have it. Can these drivers coexist here today for 30 laps around the Tricky Triangle known as Pocono Raceway? Here's the way they'll start for this race. Bob Ferguson on the pole, Robert Bannon second. Then Daniel Schwab returns to his Racing with Jesus number 88 paint scheme here, and he'll start alongside the Chad Smith machine there in row 2. Tim Froelich, Nick Dillon are in row 3. We will show you the rest of the starting lineup for today's race here at Pocono Raceway, and we will be back for the green flag in just a moment. getting ready to almost come down for the green flag. Two drivers coming in as teammates, new teammates, as HF Racing has just been formed, consisting of Christian Janes and Jeff Ehlers. So those two now teammates. Teams are still pretty much in the process of forming. There are other teams, though, that have already formed in this series. Well, Bob Fergus, this guy really, he has had a good race car every time we have had a race here so far. The last 4 races, he started pretty well, he's run pretty well, but it always seems like luck just does not come in the direction of the '07 Interstate Battery Chevrolet. And really, Fergus, he needs to finish a race. He seems to always be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Green flag is out. We'll see if maybe he can cut the jinx here today as he leads him down into turn 1 here at Pocono. 30 laps of racing. This front straightaway is very wide, so these drivers have a lot of room to maneuver if necessary. Oh, they're getting a little tight through the corner there. Schwab almost up the racetrack and into Chad Smith. Oh, my goodness. Down the long pond straightaway they go. Tim Froelich going 3 wide there, and the caution's out. Caution's waving. Must have been way at the back of the pack because I'm not seeing anybody involved in anything here. Up in the middle of the pack, Robert Band with the lead. They're 5 wide coming off the turn. Oh, can they say, oh, God, guys, save it. Oh, Jacob Bell is around in the back. Ryan Kingsley, the hometown boy. This is considered his home track. He's involved in it. Robert Band's going to try and come out of turn 4 here. I guess this is considered a turn 4. And looks like he's going to get down here to the start-finish line, leading him under caution. Jesse Kaplan is in second now. But let's see who was involved here. Oh, there's Jacob Bell. He's still sideways. Everybody's trying to get by. There's Matthew Rodriguez, Charles Jackson, Dougie Shears, Zach Carlson, Ryan Kingsley. I think that's Sean Galligan back there. Tim Walsh, Timmy Pacioli, Alex Band. They were all held up behind there. John Dillon in that green paint scheme. That's a new Holiday Inn paint scheme. Looks like he may have gotten a piece of it. I don't know for certain. Some damage to the rear, the left rear. Don't make that the right rear of the Arnold Columbia machine. Doesn't look like too much damage there, though. You know, I don't even really know what the wreck was for. There is some damage to the left side of the Dollar General Dodge of Jake Rogers. But from what I'm seeing, all the way up through this field, no damage to speak of. The only way, well, Chad Smith has some damage, so does Tim Froelich. But the only driver I'm seeing that has some damage is possibly that car, and that's Ryan Kingsley, the 00. However, he is not coming down pit road. Galligan, he does have some damage as well to the left side of his Hartlepool United MFNPRA Chevrolet. But Zach Carlson, Jacob Bell, they also got a piece of it. But the question really is, who ended up being the one that got the most damage out of this? Looks like a few cars are going to be heading for pit road here. Let's see if we can follow them. Who is going to head down the pit lanes? Drivers kind of coming down to the inside line as if they are going to come down the pit road. And here they come. Nick Dillon is one of them. There's Daniel Schwab, Tim Froelich, Chad Smith. Back there's the Jeff Ehlers machine. Ehlers is another of them. I believe that was Bob Fergus there. Yep, that's our pole sitter, Fergus. Tom Weekly. He's coming down. So is Jake Rogers. Andrew Gonzalez back there. James McLeod, Arnold Columbia, Charles Jackson. Corey Williams, last week's winner at Martinsville. Right on the start-finish lines where his pit box is. There's Clive Burr. Ryan Kingsley coming down. Dougie Shears and Sean Galligan. So obviously this was not a small wreck, but I didn't see the wreck, so let's see just exactly what happened. Okay, it looks like the caution actually came out for the Chad Smith machine. Right here, he and Adam Chambers kind of squeezed up there. T.O. Bain's going to come into this. He's going to kind of almost make it 4 wide with Brad Anamia in that mix as well. And he just gets into the left rear quarter panel of the 25 McDonald's Dodge of Jack Richards. And there you see Brad Anamia getting a piece of it there. And he's going to go along with the 25 for a little bit of a slide through the grass area. So, for the most part, I think that's why we were put underneath the caution flag. But then something happened further through the field over in the following turn to the Jacob Bell machine. Let's take a look at that. Alright, let's see. Jacob Bell is kind of rubbing up against the side of the Jake Rogers machine. Joseph Bryant, right directly behind. I think Bryant got loose in that turn. He just got up into the 7 car. Right there. Yeah, Bryant kind of really forced the 7 of Jacob Bell up and into the Jake Rogers machine, and around he goes. And everybody's kind of held up back there. John Dillon and the 33's held up there. Ryan Kingsley gets turned around. Corey Williams and John Dillon kind of get together a little bit. Dillon's actually spinning through the infield grass. Oh, Charles Jackson got jacked up in the back by somebody. I don't know who back there. I think that might have been Clive Burr. And of course, we see Zach Carlson. He's turned sideways as well. Arnold Columbia's got a little bit of damage. But I think most of these cars ended up coming down pit road due to getting a little piece of the wall. I don't know if exactly they've really got that much damage because of making contact with other cars, but we'll see what the end result's going to be as we're about to go back under the green flag. Well, Ryan Kingsley was considered the hometown favorite coming into this race. Pocono Raceway, pretty much his home track. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to get a good finish out of today's race as he has retired along with Brad Anamia. Those two in the garage area. Let's give you a quick look through the field. With this kind of a long track, we may be able to show you the whole field. We'll see. Robert Band is the leader. Jesse Kaplan there in second. Tim Fiegel, he's up to third now. Jared Crocious is fourth. And T.O. Bain runs in fifth. Adam Chambers is sixth. Seventh right now is Ziggy Bain. Pichu London runs in eighth. Ninth position is Brian Fleener. And in 10th is Paola Gonzalez. 11th position will be Evan Smith. Joseph Bryant runs in 12th. 13th position is Ryan Acosta. 14th is Christian James. 15th is Jack Richards. Jacob Lawler will run in 16th. 17th will be Wyatt Johnston. John Dillon 18th. 19th will be Matthew Rodriguez. Tim Walsh runs in 20th. 21st is Timmy Pacioli. Alex Bann in 22nd. 23rd is Nick Dillon. 24th is Jeff Ehlers. 25th position is Tom Weekly. 26th is Andrew Gonzalez. James McLeod 27th. 28th was last week's winner Corey Williams. 29th position is Chad Smith. 30th rather is Daniel Schwab. 31st Tim Froelich. Bob Fergus, our pole sitter, he's all the way back in 32nd position. 33rd is Clive Burr. 34th is Jake Rogers. 35th is Sean Galligan. 36th Arnold Columbia. In 37th is Charles Jackson. Dougie Shears runs 38th. 39th is Jacob Bell, and Zach Carlson runs in the 40th position. So we were able to get through that whole field. The two drivers that have retired already from this race include Ryan Kingsley and Brad Anamia. Well, I have a little bit of an announcement. It's a regrettable announcement. I don't know for certain if I'll be able to do any more paint schemes. If other drivers want more paint schemes during the course of the season, I don't know if it'll be done. Please tune in to other races for future updates. I'll see if maybe I can get the software back. And if so, I will be having another announcement when we have another caution. If so, green flag is back out. Robert Band trying to look for win number 1 of the MFNPRA Call of Duty Custom Car Series. Paola Gonzalez, Tim Fiegel, and Matthew Rodriguez back there all jumping out of line to try and pick up some spots here. Track out conditions out here, all drivers were saying very, very slick. As you see Robert Band, the leader, get a little piece of the wall there. Here comes Tim Fiegel down to the inside line. Fiegel running that red Coca-Cola paint scheme, and the caution is waving. Caution's out once again. This must have been another wreck at the back of the field. As Fiegel's on the wall. Look out, guys. Crocier's coming on the inside. Oh, Jacob Lawler's around in the back there. Solo car spin for the 98. Looks like he's going to be okay, though. No contact with any other race cars. But, oh, they're in the back there getting into the wall as well. Tim Fiegel's gotten the piece of the wall. Robert Band's in the wall. But it's all going on behind Jared Crocious, and it's Clive Burr on pit road. James McLeod also there. So is Zach Carlson. Bob Fergus, our pole sitter, Ziggy Bain back there, Charles Jackson, Alex Band, they were all involved as well. As we are under the caution flag, and the current leader is Jared Crocious. Let's see what happened. Alright, this seems to be the best camera angle I could find to try and see just exactly what happened here. I want you to watch coming on the top of your screen right there. Pichu London down low, Ziggy Bain up high. I think those two make a little bit of contact coming off of this turn onto the Long Pond straightaway. And you'll notice back here it's 4 wide, Jack Richards, Christian James, Ryan Acosta, and Joseph Bryant. But right there's a little contact between the 3 and the 32, and the 3 I think is going to end up getting away of Pichu London, but Ziggy Bain's going to be not so lucky. Look at everybody just forcing themselves down here underneath the Tide Chevrolet number 32, but the car that's not going to be so lucky that's going to come into view here, if I'm not mistaken, it's the, yes, right there. I think that was John Dillon, got a big piece of that. Might have been Charles Jackson, but I think it was Dillon nailed him. And right there, Bam! That was a hard lick for Alex Ban. You're going to have Corey Williams coming into the picture right there. He gets nailed. He's going to come flying on the infield. Last week's winner there. Bob Fergus is going to come. He's going to get into the 32 right there. Brian Fleener's kind of held up back here. Clive Bird, James McLeod, they get into it. The 25 there of Chad Smith, he's involved in this. Tim Froelich's got damage from all of this. It's just a massive wreck here. Charles Jackson, Jacob Bell getting turned further back there. I think that was just a solo car spin between himself and possibly Dougie Shears, but he's got some front-end damage to deal with as well. But this is a heavy, heavy wreck. Jake Rogers also involved in this. I'm not sure how. Oh, right there, Clive Burr gets nailed by the Charles Jackson machine. He had a few cars getting airborne, Clive Burr being one of them. Look at that race car. Oh my goodness, up and in the air. Ziggy Bain right there, the damaged race car. He was another that got airborne. And last week's winner from Martinsville, Corey Williams, got a piece of it as well. Let's try and see if we can find you another bit of a good camera angle for this. If not, we'll go back to the green flag. Well, we can't get a good camera angle to show you the whole thing like we did before, but we can show you how Charles Jackson, Dougie Shears, and Jacob Bell all got together right here. Dougie Shears just kind of runs up the racetrack, runs out of room. Charles Jackson is there, and I don't remember, but I think there may have been a little bit of a rivalry between these two from Martinsville happening, so tempers from that may have rolled over into this race, and right there you see Jacob Bell, just nowhere to go, gets into the 87 from Schwab Racing, so tough break there. Now let's tally up the casualties from this latest wreck. Well, right now, Jared Crocious, who was the leader coming down under this caution flag, he's on pit road. Don't know what's up with the San Carlo Camry number 58, but he's got something wrong as he came in down pit road. I did not see any black smoke coming out of his race car, so I don't think it's any mechanical problem that can't be fixed. But he has nonetheless given up the lead, and he is down on pit road. And last but not least about that whole thing, leaders are coming out of the last turn, so he's got to get going if he's not going to go one lap down to new leader T.O. Bain. Let's see if Crocious can indeed get off pit road. He's still there. Cars are coming down. He's almost just about where the start-finish line is, and it looks like he is going to go one lap down to the leaders if he does get back out on the racetrack. Here are the cars that are out of the race that we know of as we get the signal of one to go. Cars that are out include Arnold Columbia, Ziggy Bain, Jacob Lawler, John Dillon, Tim Froelich, Jake Rogers, James McLeod. The 88 of Corey Williams is out. Also out of the race are the cars of Zach Carlson, Charles Jackson. Also, Tim Froelich has retired from this race. Bob Fergus, Alex Band, Clive Burr, Dougie Shears. They have all retired from this event, leaving us only 25 cars on the racetrack, 24 of them on the lead lap. Let's try and show them to you now. T.O. Bain leads. Jesse Kaplan there in second. Robert Band third. Adam Chambers fourth. And Paola Gonzalez in fifth. Joseph Bryant, there is some front-end damage to his race car. He still is running, though, in the 6th position. 7th is Ryan Acosta. 8th, Pichu London. 9th is Wyatt Johnston. And Tim Walsh runs in 10th. Tom Weekly is 11th. 12th position, Jack Richards. Timmy Pacioli is in 13th. 14th, Daniel Schwab. Sean Galligan runs 15th. Brian Fleener 16th. Tim Fiegel is 18th. Nick Dillon. 19th is Jacob Bell. In 20th, Evan Smith. Matthew Rodriguez 21st. 22nd is Jeff Ehlers. Christian James, his teammate, runs back there in 23rd. 24th is Chad Smith, still sitting on pit road, one lap down right now. Maybe we'll go down another lap. Is the Jared Crocious machine. Not sure if he's going to return to the racetrack or not. We're still trying to find out what the whole deal is down there with that number 58 San Carlo Toyota Camry. So 24 cars basically still in this race as we're still awaiting word on what's going on with the Jared Crocious machine. And we are 1/3 of the way through this race. So far we've had 2 cautions. The first one not nearly so bad. Ended up taking out 2 drivers, Ryan Kingsley and Brad Namia. The second one, yeah, it was a little bit higher on the Richter scale, you could say, because it took out a lot more drivers and has left us now with only 24 cars to contend with the win. Highest running driver that already has a win this year, that's Joseph Bryant back in 6th. He won at Daytona. Green flag back out for T.O. Bain, Jesse Kaplan, and Robert Ban. You would think with a smaller field, these guys are going to maybe behave themselves a little bit now. Don't know if that's going to be the case. A lot of drivers jumping down to that low line to try and pick up some spots here. Look at Jesse Kaplan all over the back bumper of T.O. Bain. He slides to the inside. Robert Band tries to slide a little bit lower. Kaplan squeezes Bain into the wall, and he gets the wall himself. And they all saved it somehow. I don't know how they did it, but they did. Caution's out nonetheless, though. I bet somebody back in the further part of the pack just was not able to hold on to it like these guys up at the front did. It is Robert Band all along, though. Oh, gets a piece of the wall there. Oh, Timmy Pacioli almost got turned back there. No, but Nick Dillon does. Off of the Evan Smith machine. Oh, my goodness. Jesse Kaplan's up scraping the wall now. Just a melee of cars back here. Oh, my goodness. Are they going to go 4 wide? Whoa, they almost did. But they are not going to. Look at all these drivers from Pichu London Racing here. Tim Walsh, he's up to 3rd. Pichu London, I think it was 4th. And Adam Chambers, I think, is 6th. Cars that are involved, there's Chad Smith, he's involved. Jack Richards, Jared Croce is still on pit road. And I believe that car right there may be Jacob Bell. I think that's Jacob Bell's race car. Let's see what happened. Okay, so it was pretty much a single car incident that brought out the caution flag right here. Jacob Bell just kind of came down the racetrack. Christian James comes down up a little bit, and the two of them get together, go up and tag that outside wall. So a tough break for Christian James and Jacob Bell. But coming in through here is the Chad Smith machine, but looks like he's going to get by without any damage. Fortunately, I can't say the same for him in this upcoming incident that we will show you just now. Well, I want to tell you, these guys did a tremendous job of saving most of their race cars right there. Daniel Schwab almost gets turned. Timmy Pacioli gets turned to the outside wall, but he keeps it straight. First car to not keep it straight is the Nick Dillon machine. Right there, he's going to come down right across the nose of the Evan Smith machine, and he's going to get spun out. Sean Galligan just barely missing that. But then there's going to be another wreck up here. Right there, Jack Richards, he gets tagged in the back by, I believe that's Tom Weekly. Oh! Back there, that was the 53 of Jeff Ehlers got nailed by the 02 of Evan Smith, but Jack Richards, he's turned around. Off the nose of Tom Weekly, kind of blocking in Joseph Bryant, and I can't tell who else said it. Oh, Ehlers hits the wall, the outside wall for a second time. That black car that I was trying to figure out who it is, that is the Brian Fleener machine. But Jack Richards, his problems aren't over. There's going to be another number 25 that's going to meet with this 25, and that's the Chad Smith machine right here. Look at this contact. Oh, my goodness, are you kidding me? And Jacob Bell right into the back of the 25. That's a hard lick, as the meeting of the 25s does not come out exactly to a very happy situation for either Jack Richards or Chad Smith. And also Evan Smith, Jacob Bell probably not too pleased with that whole incident either. Well, we'll get ready to go back under the green flag. Drivers that retired as a result of this wreck include both the 25s of Chad Smith and Jack Richards. Also, Jacob Bell has joined them, and Christian James. Jared Croce, he's still on pit road. He's being listed 5 laps down, but still has not been able to get that car off of pit road. Still, we're waiting on what's wrong with the 58 car. Still been no word. Let's go through the field now, show you who's running where. Right now, seems like Pichu Racing is dominating the top 5. We've got T.O. Bain with the lead. Then there's a Pichu Racing car in second, and Tim Walsh. A Pichu Racing car running in third in Pichu London. Then you got Jesse Kaplan, and then you got Adam Chambers, the 3rd member of Pichu London Racing. So this is a good day for that team right now, as they hold 3 of the top 5 spots. Then you got Paola Gonzalez, she runs in 6th. 7th is Ryan Acosta. 8th position is Daniel Schwab. 9th is Sean Galligan, and 10th is Tom Weekly. 11th is Matthew Rodriguez. 12th, Brian Fleener. Evan Smith runs in the 13th position, even after making contact with the car. I can't remember who it was exactly, but someone nailed him. Robert Band runs 14th, 15th is Timmy Pacioli, 16th right now Wyatt Johnston. Nick Dillon, he is still continuing on, he's 17th. Joseph Bryant, 18th. Tim Froelich, after taking a few licks into that outside retaining wall, still runs in 19th. And Tim Fiegel rounds out the field in 20th position. There is Jared Croce, still on pit road. We are getting a word now that he was not under power when he came down. They're trying to diagnose the problem. They're trying not to have him go back to the garage area, but they're trying to get that work done on that race car to try and get him out, salvage as many positions as possible. He could salvage 4 more right now because 4 drivers ahead of him are in the garage area. In the form of Jack Richards, Chad Smith, also Jacob Bell, and Christian James. Battle down low for T.O. Bain in the form of Tim Walsh. Walsh directly ahead of his teammate from Pichu London Racing, and that would be Pichu London. And they actually made it through that turn without the yellow coming out. Every time they've gone through that turn, we've had yellow lights on down the long pond straightaway, but not this time as Walsh takes the lead. Oh, he's in the fence. Oh, boy. Everybody in the fence, but they all hang on to it. Pichu London now is going to go to the front all by himself. And look at this. Pichu London Racing holds the top 3 spots as of right now. Oh, I think I heard a wreck in the back. May have just been cars scraping the wall. Whoa, that was mighty close right there. I thought Tim Walsh was going to turn his teammate, Pichu London. We are still clean and green. Can you believe this? Here comes Adam Chambers on the inside. Ryan Acosta coming down low as well. They're going to try and get some runs through this turn and onto the long pond straightaway here. As it is Pichu London. Now Chambers will get a run on the inside line. He is ahead of the Pichu London machine, and he's going to go to the front. Wow, Chambers showing what he's got here today. A good run for that number 3 car. And now a battle is on for second between T.O. Bain and Pichu London. London going to lose out. Oh, he scrapes the wall. Chambers scrapes the wall. Oh, Nick Dillon is around. Nick Dillon spins. A solo car spin. Oh, we got flipped. He got nailed in the driver's side part. No, the passenger side part of his race car. Caution undoubtedly is out. Okay, guys, the caution's out. You can stop racing. But, oh my goodness, Nick Dillon went barrel rolling down the front straightaway. Are they drag racing to the line? Oh, wow. 3 wide, and it was going to be T.O. Bain over, I think, Ryan Acosta and Robert Band, but... Oh, Wyatt Johnston got a piece of something back there as well. Jeff Ehlers is involved there. Brian Fleener, Evan Smith is involved as well. And Nick Dillon. Let's see what happened to the 56. Well, Nick Dillon was running back around the 13th position, trying to take away, I believe that's 12th from Timmy Pacioli. Things get wadded up ahead of him, but I don't think that plays into anything. Right there, Nick Dillon and Timmy Pacioli make a little bit of contact, and Pacioli's kind of like squeezed up into the fence. And Nick Dillon almost held on to this thing, but, oh, just couldn't quite. And Tim Froelich, or make that Tim Fiegel there, that 17, he gets down to the inside. I thought everyone was going to miss him, but I don't know why Brian Fleener moved down low here. He should have stayed up high, and unfortunately his car goes into a slide. And, you know, I'm wondering if that was intentional. I'm wondering, because he turned a dead left when he saw that 56 car there. I don't know. Very, very interesting. And Wyatt Johnston, of course, we see getting a good piece of that right there. Oh, Evan Smith nails Brian Fleener. And Jeff Ehlers is going to get into Wyatt Johnston. Look at Fleener flipping around. Fleener's flipping, Dillon is flipping, but I really got to question Fleener's motives here. We're going to go on board with the 13 as soon as these guys stop flipping. My goodness. They were flipping for quite a while, but we're going to go on board with the 13. See exactly just what Brian Fleener was seeing out of his windshield. I don't know if he couldn't see or if he just went dead for the 56. I don't know. I'm going to have to ask my MFNPRA mates what they think of this, because look right there. That almost looked like an intentional hit. And Fleener, of course, getting nailed there by the Evan Smith machine, but that almost looked like an absolute intentional hit. Let's take a look at another camera angle. Okay, we're going to take a look from an aerial view just to see exactly what was going on inside the 13 car. Now, here's the wreck up ahead of him, the spin of Nick Dillon. Now, watch him. He comes down low as if he's going to try and miss the race car, and watch his car turn back to the right. His car, yeah, look at that. He was turned to the right. There's no doubt about it. He was flat out turned to the right. So I really don't know if that was intentional. It really does seem like it, though. And he gets the Nick Dillon machine, and then, of course, Evan Smith right there. Smith, I don't think, was able to see. I don't think there was anything intentional by Evan Smith. He was just trying to stay on the racetrack, and fortunately the 13 car was there. But I really got to question whether or not Brian Fleener was trying to make some payback or what he was doing there. But it looked like he turned into the 56 car there when he really could have missed the 56 by going down into the grass area, which it seemed like he was going to do in the first place. Alright, so the cars out of the race as a result of this wreck. Pretty much the cars you saw involved in the wreck, including Evan Smith, Brian Fleener, Nick Dillon, also Wyatt Johnston and Jeff Ehlers. They have retired from today's race. Here's the way they will run as we have a total of 9 laps to go when they will hit the stripe. T.O. Bain leads, Ryan Acosta second, Robert Band third, Adam Chambers fourth, Matthew Rodriguez runs in fifth, Jesse Kaplan sixth, Tom Weekly in seventh, Tim Walsh runs eighth, Pichu London in ninth, Daniel Schwab is 10th, Paola Gonzalez runs in 11th, Timmy Pacioli 12th, 13th is Tim Fiegel, Joseph Bryant 14th, and Sean Galligan is 15th, the only car left on the lead lap. The last car left on the lead lap. 25th, still, I believe now he's 8 laps down. That's Jared Crocious. Still has not been able to return to the racetrack. I'm still trying to work through this whole Brian Fleener thing. I'm going to have to have a conversation with the members of the MFNPRA, and we'll see what exactly is going to be done with Brian Fleener and what the opinions were on whether that was intentional or not, because I really couldn't tell. But from my view, from my perspective, it looked like it was an intentional hit by Brian Fleener into Nick Dillon, and so we're going to have to see, and if there is a penalty handed out, then it'll probably be announced at our next race at Infineon. So, I don't know. It's very interesting. Fleener really, he does have quite a bit to lose, too. He's a race winner in the MFNPRA Call of Duty Custom Car Series, so, that's good. If he does get docked points, that's really going to hurt him despite his win. Green flag back out for T.O. Bain. He's been up at the front pretty much all day long in that Pizza Hut Chevrolet. Pretty good run for the 01. But I think he's about to get a challenge as Ryan Acosta's now getting a little heat down low in the form of Robert Bann and Adam Chambers. We'll see if they are going to come up on the back bumper of T.O. Bain. Scraping the wall off the Long Pond, onto the Long Pond straightaway. Still everybody keeping it straight. Chambers now, it looks like he may be down on that inside quarter panel to try and put a move for the lead. Matthew Rodriguez thinking a little bit lower. Robert Bann into the fence. He's going to save it, though. Whoa! Mighty close off that corner, but still is all T.O. Bain out in front. Here comes Matthew Rodriguez trying to challenge for second. Adam Chambers holds that spot, but he'll hold off the Matthew Rodriguez machine. Rodriguez doing pretty doggone well in the standings, and ever since he raced that Pepsi car, had a good run in it, he's wanted to run that Pepsi-Cola machine for just about every single race. Well, I'll tell you what, Pocono, not exactly a very even track. I'm seeing these cars bouncing up and down here. So that's another element that these drivers are having to fight here. And a driver that's going to have to fight another element is T.O. Bain, as he's got a rear full of the Adam Chambers machine, Matthew Rodriguez machine, Jesse Kaplan doing a good job up there in that Kaplan Bell Motorsports number 20 down the inside of Robert Bann. That's for fourth. Here we go. We're thinking about 3 wide for the lead. Chambers gets touched, and he saved it. I think he's going to be able to bring it back up on the racetrack. He is, but Matthew Rodriguez gets by for the lead. How did Chambers save that? He just made a little touch on the T.O. Bain machine, somehow kept that off the wall, and look at this guy. He's still running in the third position. How did he save that? A total of 7 laps to go with Matthew Rodriguez out in front. Can T.O. Bain and Adam Chambers run him back down? Rodriguez doing well in the standings, and a win would really be able to boost him up probably into the points lead here today, as he takes them off into the Long Pond straightaway. He's got a lot of real estate over the rest of these guys. The last thing he needs is a caution flag. Matthew Rodriguez still out in front. Battle is now on for second. Chambers down that inside line. T.O. Bain going to slide back to that third position. Oh! Boy, a lot of cars hitting the wall back there, but still keeping it straight. Keeping us under green. Can Chambers be able to close in on the Matthew Rodriguez machine? I don't know. Because Rodriguez, he's all by himself. He can run his own pace right at the moment. And Tim Fiegel, we were talking about him earlier on. He's up now in that 4th position in that number 17. He's needed a good run. Needed a really good run, and he's getting it right now. Now he's going to get challenged down low by Jesse Kaplan, Paolo Gonzalez, and Timmy Pacioli's in the mix there as well, along with Tom Weekly. Oh, wow, are they close off that corner? Oh, Kaplan almost got turned into the fence by Tim Fiegel. And it is all Matthew Rodriguez by himself. Boy, this guy has been on a bit of a hot streak as of right now. T.O. Bain, though, is in second. Oh, caution is out this time. Oh, Paolo Gonzalez gets turned. Oh, Robert Bann's around. Tom Weekly's around. Everybody's going to try and miss him. And I think they did. And that's not what Matthew Rodriguez wanted to see. He was pulling away, and he did not want to see that caution come out. Robert Bann got turned around there. So did Tom Weekly. Ryan Acosta may have also got turned around at some point, but not really any damage as far as I can see to these race cars. We're going to have a real good race to the finish now. Let's see where I ran to the caution. Well, here's what happened to bring out the caution flag. Daniel Schwab running all by himself in 10th. Look at these guys almost 3 wide back here, and someone's going to get into somebody here. It may be Galligan into Pichu. No, they just kind of woed up ahead of them, and they couldn't slow down. Schwab gets turned around off of the noses of both Pichu London and Sean Galligan. and just pretty much goes into a solo car spin on the Long Pond straightaway. Now we'll see what happened to Robert Ban and Tom Weekly. I think everybody missed them as well when they spun down on the front stretch. Well, here they come off the turn. Paolo Gonzalez getting turned there, but Tim Fiegel, Robert Ban, Tom Weekly, they all pretty much get together off that turn, going 3 wide, and of course this is what happens, but how about everybody missing all these guys? Look at Ryan Acosta sliding down underneath that race car number 22 of Robert Ban. Tim Walsh got a little bit of contact there with the Tom Weekly machine, but I don't think it was enough to put him in the garage area, and we are going to have a shootout, and I do believe all drivers involved in these wrecks are still going to be able to continue. Didn't look like much damage to any of them. Okay, everybody, say it with me. 1 lap shootout. White flag will be displayed, and right after that will be the checkered flag. We're going to have a 1-lap shootout to decide this race. If the caution comes out, it won't matter. Here are the way they'll line up for the restart and the final restart of today's race. Matthew Rodriguez out in front, Tio Bain second, Timmy Pacioli all of a sudden up in the top 5. He's in 5th. Adam Chambers 6th, and Paolo Gonzalez runs 7th. 8th is Pichu London, 9th is Tim Fiegel, in 10th is Sean Galligan, 11th position, actually I'm going through the order wrong. 9th position is Jesse Kaplan, and 10th is Joseph Bryant. I don't know where I got off there, but in 11th is Tim Walsh, Ryan Acosta 12th, 13th Daniel Schwab, 14th is Tom Weekly, and Robert Ban is 15th. Jared Crocier still has not returned to the racetrack. He's probably going to get credited, I think, for around the 28th position. But we have 15 cars that still can win this thing. Matthew Rodriguez, Tio Bain, Tim Pacioli, Adam Chambers, Paolo Gonzalez, they have not been to victory lane yet this season. They could really use it. Could really use a win. Pichu London, Tim Fiegel, Sean Galligan, they've not been to victory lane either. They really could use a win here today, and they could get it. With the way that these cars have been slipping and sliding around, whoever's got the best handling race car now is going to be the one who's going to be able to go to victory lane, because he's got just 1 perfect lap to have to make, and then he's going to visit victory lane here at Pocono. Matthew Rodriguez seemed to be the real dominant one that last green flag run, as he just shot out ahead of everybody, and he seemed to be driving away with it. The last thing he wanted to see was a caution. We'll see if that's going to be what's going to hold him away from victory lane, or will he be able to hold off the rest of these 14 cars and still be able to pick up a win at Pocono? We're going to find out. Pace car peels off. 15 cars. Only 1 lap to decide who's going to win at Pocono. It is out. Green and white displayed at the same time. Matthew Rodriguez, he's got to guard that inside line. Doesn't look like he's going to do it. Tio Bain's going to come down to that inside line, try and make a move. If he can. This is a big racetrack. Lots of moves can be made. Rodriguez, Bain, they battle it out for the lead. Pacioli's in the mix there as well. Here we go. Rodriguez going to try and battle back on the high side. Cannot do it this time. Timmy Pacioli's back there in 3rd. Could he be the guy who could spoil everybody and go to victory lane? It is Tio Bain with the lead down the Long Pond straightaway. They still have 2 straightaways to go. Matthew Rodriguez is still there. He could try and make something of this. Timmy Pacioli almost gets into him. They're in the fence. Paolo Gonzalez is around, but there will be no caution as Gonzalez spins. Everybody's going to try and get by her. It is Tio Bain all by himself. Matthew Rodriguez has got to try to run him down if possible. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Out of turn 4 for the final time, Tio Bain makes the move to give him the win, and he's going to victory lane at Pocono. Matthew Rodriguez will get 2nd. 3rd is going to be Timmy Pacioli. I think Joseph Bryant crossed the stripe in 4th, and Adam Chambers in 5th. Oh, Jesse Kaplan, I thought I saw him get a piece of Paolo Gonzalez back there. There's Paola. She gets involved in this as well. Ryan Acosta got some of it, as well as Tim Walsh and Daniel Schwab. But the fact remains that the winner of this race is that driver, Tio Bain, as he's going to go to victory lane. Matthew Rodriguez pulling alongside, offering congratulations. Tough break for Matthew, but still a good points day with a 2nd place finish. Let's take a look at the finishing order now. After this race here today. What a finish. What a race. Tio Bain wins. Matthew Rodriguez 2nd, Timmy Pacioli 3rd. Then it's Bryant and Chambers the top 5. How about Tim Fiegel? Good run for him in 6th. Pichu London 7th. Sean Galligan in 8th. Tom Weekly 9th. And Robert Ban in 10th. Tim Walsh 11th, Paolo Gonzalez in 12th, and Jesse Kaplan in 13th. Those drivers were pretty much involved in that wreck. Ryan Acosta, I believe, also was involved. He will finish 1 lap down to the leaders, but in the 14th position. Daniel Schwab also will finish 1 lap down in 15th. Jeff Ehlers retired from the race, as well as Brian Fleener, Nick Dillon, Evan Smith, Wyatt Johnston, Jacob Bell, Jack Richards, Chad Smith, and Christian James. They'll get credited for 16th through 24th. 22 laps down was Jared Crocius. He never got back off of pit road, and he will finish in 25th. And the rest of the drivers out of this race included Arnold Columbia, Tim Froelich, Jacob Lawler, John Dillon, Andrew Gonzalez, Jake Rogers, James McLeod, Corey Williams, Zach Carlson, Charles Jackson, Ziggy Bain, Bob Fergus, Alex Ban, Clive Bird, Dougie Shears, Ryan Kingsley, and Brad Anamia. So the winner of this race here at Pocono is T.O. Bain. He'll be the defending winner when we head to race number 6, which will come from our first road course, Infineon Raceway. Hope you'll tune in for that. You've been watching a production of the NSDRA Sports Channel, and you've been watching the MFNPRA Call of Duty Custom Car Series. Here come the point standings. See you guys next time.